Well, hi everybody. My computer, for whatever reason, decided it was going to freeze up on me. So I transferred my StreamYard over to my phone for the moment while I reboot this thing. Um, I will say over and over and over and over and over how much my laptop and Chrome do not like one another. It takes me a half an hour at best to get them to communicate well enough to even get StreamYard to go. Today, I had it all set up, ready to go. And then as soon as I tried to hit the banner and hit the go live button, everything froze up. So I'm sitting here rebooting my laptop. So for now, we'll just kind of hang out here and we'll talk and chat until I get the computer booted back up because I need my phone in order to record the diamond painting. I'm going to be really frustrated if when I reboot my laptop, it says, oh, look, Windows needs to update. You know how that goes as well. Stupid Windows. So hi, Brenda. Hi, Tammy. So what I'm doing today is working on my diamond painting. It is a project that I started well over a year ago, possibly even closer to 2 years ago. Yeah, I've just got a spinning wheel on my laptop right now. It's just spinning. If it decides to be stupid, then I will just turn the camera on my phone and I won't be able to read comments because my phone will be upside down. But the project, it's a 5-panel picture. So when you get the 5 panels done, you hang them up side by side and then you have the big picture to look at. And I forget what kind of flowers these are. Orchids, maybe? I can't remember. Maybe somebody, I don't know. Hi, Jen. Like I said, I started the project a long time ago. And as I'm starting to go through my craft room and shifting into newer projects or, things that I can do now, I'm still focused on finishing up some of the old stuff and just clearing them out. Not sure if I'll continue doing diamond painting once I finish the 3 kits that I have currently. Like I said, I when I set it aside, I kind of was like, oh, okay, I'm okay not doing it. But yeah, I really got into the junk. When I started doing the junk journaling stuff is the same timeline that I shifted away from the diamond painting. Which, well, let me just take this out of see if I can do this without disconnecting anything. Take it out of my phone holder. So this is the one panel I'm working on. So it starts here. Whoop, I figure trying to do this is weird. And goes all the way over to here. So this is one of the 5 panels. And this is the smallest of the 5 panels. Wish I could turn my camera around while I'm doing this. Please wait. Now I have a blue screen with a spinning circle. I'm getting closer to maybe starting up. So when you buy, well, I can show you. This is the pile of the beads. They're called drills in diamond painting. Don't ask me why they call them drills. I have no idea. But this is the drills for the remaining. Oh, there it is. I'm like, there's the 4th one. The remaining 4 panels for this current project. But when you buy a kit, they will typically come like this. And so when you open this up, what contains inside the little package you can see there on the end is the drills. There's usually a tray, a pickup pen, and the wax that you need to do these. everything you need to do one comes in a kit. You should never have to buy extra supplies when you buy a kit for diamond painting. As you can see from here, I have a home screen. Ta-da! Let's see where we're going. Looks like I'm not going to have to update Windows. Yay. It comes in these little, let me see. Jump over this. Ugh. So they come like this. And there's, I think I'm on screen. I can't really tell. There we go. There's 100 beads in each little package here. So if you imagine all of this, you can figure out how many beads there are to go on to this particular project. I don't like working out of the individual bags like that. Blue window screen. And they're a pain to like transfer that. A lot of people transfer them into the little plastic Ziploc bags that you get when you buy a kit. I never liked those because the bags never seem to they don't seem to work real well. Like as soon as you try to open, you grab the two halves of a Ziploc bag and you try to open it and it just tears. And then your bag is still closed and you got to try to figure out how to get it open now without dumping beads everywhere. So when I was really doing a lot of the diamond painting, I went through a series of different kind of storage options on how to store the beads. And I finally settled on ones that I ordered them through Walmart.com, but they're a Darice, I think is how you pronounce it, D-A-R-I-C-E product. But they're really cool. I'll turn my camera back on real quick. But making sure I am off of it because I am very much not... No, I don't want to restore because you got stupid last time. I'll start over. Thank you very much. Yeah, because I'm still sick, I'm very puffy. So I'm trying to stay off camera as much as I can. You get a little shot of my crazy craft room over there. My chaos mess. But there's these little containers. And they come in a tray. And you can get just little ones like this, or you can get ones that are bigger. It just depends on how many you want to be able to fit in the tray they come in. But it's got just this little, it opens kind of like a Tic Tac box, which is cool. And then you just dump the color that you need. We're working on it. I got my tab thinking. So yeah. So when you're doing a kit, you'll see there's always a legend that tells you what symbol goes with which color. So like here, again, I'm trying to figure out where my camera's at. The number O, or the letter O, is colored number 327. Scan back. This is my light board. For anybody that's done diamond painting and has never used a light board, I promise you it will be one of the best investments you've ever made. And I'll show you the difference between, so if I peel this back, this is another tip when doing diamond painting, is they always come with some sort of cover. This particular one is paper. I think the one I sent you, Jen, has plastic. Oh, okay. Let me, so yeah, see, I can't see the, yeah, Jen, don't leave. Yeah, I have no mods because I was kind of hoping that people would just be respectful of what my channel is trying to be. And as soon as I get StreamYard up on my computer, I'll actually be able to see the comments. But that person is now blocked. So hopefully Jen did not actually leave. And yes, if it starts to become a recurring problem, that is my intention to do. I just realized I was on camera. Oh well. That I will definitely be modding some people. That's crazy. If somebody can please, Jen, are you still here? So get Lightboard. I have this huge one because I'm a go big or go home kind of person in all things that I do. This is with the Lightboard on. So if you can see, if I can get the camera in the right place, you can see how much clearer the graph is versus without the board on. So that's without. Hopefully I'm in the right place. And with it on. Now this particular light board has up and down. It's got 5 different settings. So if I'm in a brighter room, I can turn it down. Which is kind of cool. Loading the broadcast studio. Turn the camera off so that you're not looking at me while we shoot the breeze. Oh, Sam, doing a mod is actually really easy. Yeah, if somebody can message Jen and have her please come back, I would appreciate that. Yeah, you guys didn't even get like my intro or anything because it's all set up on my laptop. Okay, bye-bye. Not playing around. I have 0 tolerance. You cannot come in here and be respectful of my room. You will be booted out and blocked. So be respectful or go away. Read the banner. So while that is booting up, I'm going to put my camera back up or my phone back up in the holder so I can start doing some, which I'm hesitant to do because again, I can't monitor the chat once I put it up in the, once I put it up in the holder, I can't see the chat because my phone is upside down. So I have to just kind of sit and be patient with, my laptop communicating with Chrome and getting actually entered into the studio. And I can't even do mods until I get into StreamYard at this point. So I'm kind of stuck. Yeah, I would say probably cross stitching is my primary hobby right now. I do a lot of the junk journaling stuff, but I'm finding that do I get to add myself to the stream? Yay! I get to add myself to the stream. Echo, echo. Okay. I was getting the echo on my end. Hopefully you guys go away. Not hope you guys go away. Trolls, go away. Be respectful or don't come in. Period. Spread the word and tell your friends. Yeah, I was like, this is the first time that I've had to do normally I have all this set up before I go, but because my computer decided to be stupid right as I was getting started, it's kind of tripped me up a little bit. All right, so let me again get my computer or my phone up in its stand and get it set back up, which kind of sucks because I had it in the perfect place. It was already there. I wasn't going to have to fiddle with it to figure out where my camera was looking at and all of that. And then I had to pull it down. Where am I at? But I had to pull it down in order to be able to use my phone. No! I am having like major technical difficulties. An operator error today. I just exited my phone from the from the studio. Tried to do that. Trying to do that upside down was a challenge. Like, where's the buttons? Okay, I think I'm in the right place. Yep, there we are. So there's the spot that I'm working on. Right here. And when you pull the cover back, whoa, why the hell did you just zoom? I have to figure out how I did that. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I haven't figured out how. Try to get a little bit closer. See, yeah, if I could figure out how to zoom my camera while it's on StreamYard, I wouldn't have to move my boom arm around quite so much, which would be nice. So again, bye-bye. I'm not playing around. Sorry, guys, I know this is seeming a little haphazard right now, but, bear with me while I figure things out. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to stop fussing with it. I'll move the canvas instead of the phone if I need to move it again. Now I just have to figure out where to put all my stuff. There's my tray. Where'd my pen go? Ugh. It's hiding behind my easel. And it's funny that you say that, Bald Cat, because literally I was working on this last night. And if you've watched any of my lives where I talk about some of my health stuff, I have recently been diagnosed with profound weakness in my right hand. And until I started doing this particular hobby again, I really had forgotten how much my right hand goes numb while I'm doing this. But I just poured probably 150 drills into my tray, and my right hand just whoop, and it released, and I dropped the whole thing on my floor. Now, keep in mind, my craft room is a carpeted floor. So here I am at like 2:00 in the morning on my hands and knees on my floor, picking up these tiny, tiny, tiny little drills. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. Yeah, the weakness in my hand is it's one of the flexions. So he has me pull, well, on the test, they have you pull your wrist towards your body, and then they try to pull your wrist out, and you're supposed to resist that and hold your wrist in place. And I can't prevent that movement. So Christmas Miracle, I'm going to give you a shot there. I am not allowing any kind of talk of people being trashy or whatever. So if you feel that way, you can very well just step yourself out the door. And if not, I will take care of it myself. It's up to you. I opened my channel for people to come and learn some coping skills for their own stress, anxiety, and anger. Sounds like you might need to be here to learn something. Anyway,
somebody can in chat can remind me. I'm going to hide that comment now that I've said my piece. If somebody can remind me what I was saying. I need to open my... It's on the banner. If they don't want to read or listen... Exactly. And it's in my intro. So go away. If you don't like it, go away. If you don't like who's in the chat, then go away. Plain and simple. So I will go ahead and get started and get my laptop into a position where I can actually see. I think I can... Oh, that's not what I was meaning to do. Well, I mean, I could have tagged that, no problem. Hi, Sophie. So if you guys, anybody that's in here currently, if you are willing to become a mod on my channel, please let me know. I don't have a problem doing that. Yeah, I just need to make sure I write it all down so that I can go in under StreamYard or under the studio, which I just realized I said that earlier. I do my modding through, I mod through Studio, not through StreamYard. But thank you, Sophie. And I know Mini Maker, for those of you that have not been in my room before, Mini Maker is my daughter. So I know she said she was willing to mod as well. Yeah. I just got to teach her how to do it. It's actually really easy. You just got to be on point. It's hard to chat and mod at the same time, at least in my experience, because if I'm chatting, then I tend to miss other stuff that needs to be dealt with. But that could also be my ADD. Exactly, based on, yeah. And and obviously I do have some history with some of the people, but again, I don't know if Jen's just kind of hanging out in the bushes and watching. Again, I can't message her because my phone is tied up right here. So if somebody can message her, I would appreciate it. I know she really wanted to learn how to do this because she has one that I sent her. I am losing track of my stuff. Where did I'm glad those didn't fall in my garbage can. I'm like, where did my beads go? I set them on the edge of my garbage can. Not real smart. So I'm going to start with, and people can do this in different ways. You've got the legend on the side. Some people will just go, down the row in order. So they look, is there any O's? Yes, there is. So let's start with another color 327. For example. I do too, Stephanie. And like I said, when I sent her journal, which is funny, she's like, oh, is that where I got that? When I sent her journal, I sent her a small kit so that she could give it a try. And then if she really liked it, I could tell her, how to order or, where to buy more. And a lot of stores are starting to carry them now, which is cool. But when they first came out, you pretty much had to order them online. I got most of mine through Wish. Not most. Let me correct that. I got all of mine through Wish. But they've gotten really expensive. And I'm now hearing that like Shein and AliExpress and stuff still have the have them for the same prices that Wish used to. I'll try to get my studio up, so I can get some wrenches out there. So this was color O, 327. And like I said the other day, it's kind of a fabric. It's almost like a canvas, but you can see it. I can pull it up. So once you pull this paper back, or the plastic, like what's on Jen's, the sticky part gets exposed. So that's why you leave the paper on, the covering. You don't want to pull this all off, because then you lose your sticky as human hair, animal hair, dust, whatever collects on it, and then you lose your stick. Yeah, and I've really kind of started trying to check out AliExpress a little bit more. Community. Okay. I'm going to add some mods here real quick, and then I'll start dotting. That's weird. Miss Minnie, Miss Sister Butt, you're not showing up. All right. I might just have to figure that out. Yeah, it is. It's got it's almost like a double-sided sticky tape. I guess that would be the best way that I can explain it. In fact, if you ever do get to a point where you lose that tackiness, you can use double-sided sticky tape if it's a large area like this. Some people have had to do that, like, because it's sticky. Suddenly their pattern gets stuck on it, or a piece of paper. I've heard of people getting baby wipes stuck on it. Well, you got to figure out how to make that sticky come back. So you can use double-sided sticky tape. You can use like a clear nail polish, stuff like that. They do lay pretty flat. I mean, millimeters. I mean, so let me see if I can get the pen in the view of the camera. Camera, where are you? Okay. Somewhere. It would be so much easier too, like I said, if I could use my camera in the right direction. So I don't know how well you can see that, but the end of the pen, and there's a drill on there. That's how tiny they are. They're very little. So with each kit also comes wax. So it's either pink or blue typically. And you use that wax, you snap your pen, the end of your pen into it, and it's like got like a little concave thing. And it puts wax up inside your pen, and you use that to pick up the drills. And yes, they are very, very, very tiny. And it's crazy where, I mean, you could sit in one place and then suddenly you're on the other side of your house and you find a drill. And it's like, how did it get there? I have found them in bathtubs. I have found that, getting dressed at the end of the night, changing into my pajamas, finding them in my underwear or in a bra. And I'm like, how does that even happen? They are sneaky little boogers. But anyway, so you have these trays. This one, I like these ones. This came with one of my kits. I prefer these because it has this little pour spout on the end. but most of the time you get this chintzy little green one that doesn't have that pour spout. So it makes it difficult to then, any excess beads you have left over, it makes it difficult to pour them back into your storage container. These trays have raised ridges. I don't know if you can, hopefully you can hear that. And so when you pour your drills in there, some of them are going to be upside down, some of them are going to be right side up. To get them to turn right, you just go like this. Doot, doot, doot. And they all fall into place, which is really cool. You usually get, I believe they said, typically what is sent is 10% over what is needed to do the kit. I have a ton of extras from previous kits that I've just never used. In fact, there's a group on Facebook specifically for that. So if people are shorted or they lost some, or, their cat knocked their tray off and, they weren't willing to, get on their hands and knees on carpet and find them. You can go to this Facebook group and say, hey, I need, about 300 of color number 327 square. And if somebody's got that in their stash, then they go, into private messaging and make arrangements to ship them out. So it's a pretty cool Facebook group. All right, so it's this simple. And as I was talking about this earlier, and I'm going to try not to do it because I got people watching and listening, but I tend to go doot, 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 doot as I'm doing it, because it's kind of like that. Sam, you would know what it's called. What's that tool that they use in music that rocks back and forth? A melodrome or something like that. Did you ever finish your peacock one, sis? Metronome. See, I was close. I can never remember what it's called. But yeah, I'm usually like, I almost tried to pick up another. Oh, see, the one that was on my pen is no longer on my pen. I don't know where it went. It's probably on my floor or down my bra. Who knows? But yeah, I'll usually come in and go, doot. And I got to figure out where the O was. There was only like one or two. And I stick it down. And it's that simple. But I'm usually just going, doot, 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 doot. Because with the ADHD brain, it really kind of helps things hone in, I guess. Doing this for you guys has presented itself with a little bit of a challenge for me, because as you saw at the beginning, my I'll finish it eventually. Yeah. Well, and it's been a year since you moved, so hopefully, maybe she's, with it being another year older, maybe she'll be better at doing it, possibly. So it's just so I don't have to do that hunt like I just had to do for that one. I'm actually just going to go for what I can see right here. So I'm going to start with the letter D, and it's number 3609. So then I go over here to this is my tray of all the colors for this particular one. I find 3609, which is a lovely shade of pink. Which is funny because if anybody that knows me knows how much I dislike pink, or at least my brain tells me I dislike pink, but I seem to always be purchasing things that are pink or doing projects that are pink, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't like pink. Did you ever finish the Alice in Wonderland one I gave you? So this is 3609. Again, give it a shake. Try to get as many of those drills lined up as possible. Yeah, hopefully Jen's just hanging out in the bushes so that, it doesn't cause problems. So you just don't. Dun, dun. And so everywhere that appears here, a letter D, and you'll see there's, well, can't really see it too well, but as I put them on, you'll notice that there, whoop, I don't know where that drill went. Hopefully it landed back in the tray. In fact, this was the color I dropped last night. Was this light pink on a beige carpet. A beige semi-shag carpet. Yeah, she got the Alice in Wonderland one. I bought it and I started working on it, and within maybe the first, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 inches of the top square, I noticed that there was something wrong in the imaging. Like the colors were off. What you were supposed to be able to see, you couldn't really see. And it was if I remember correctly, it was a Mad Hatter. And so Sam was just kind of figuring out the diamond painting thing and whether she was going to like it. So I gave it to her to kind of play with, just to see if it was a craft that she would get into. You know, yeah, Alice in Wonderland is kind of a creepy. What did I drop on myself? It is kind of a creepy concept. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. Yeah, the little popping noise is definitely Sam's favorite part. When you've got wide open spaces like this, you don't really get it. But when you're like going like this, if you do like a square and leave one open, when you put that last one in, it's like click, click. Not quite a Dorinda with her clip. It's more like just a slight little click. I think I might need more wax in my pen. That might be why I'm suddenly having issues picking up these little boogers. Yeah, these things are insidious. It floors me where you find them. My husband called me from work one day, and he's like, "You're never going to believe what I found in my boot." So he got dressed, got ready for work, was walking around the warehouse, and something kept poking him in the foot. And, of course, he's thinking it's a rock, because we live out in the country. It's not uncommon to have, a random rock appear in your shoe or whatever. So he pulls his boot off and out pops this tiny little drill. And he's like, that little bugger hurt. It kind of reminds me of that. Is it a Disney story? With the princess that has the bead or the stone under her mattress. Yeah, Brenda, it looks like it would be like it would be difficult to do, but it actually, as you can see, it's really simple. If you can read a graph, if you can go, oh, this is calling for letter D, and looking over here on the legend and go letter D, okay, that's 3609. Let's find them. You can do this. The hard part is done for you, which is gridding out or graphing out and putting the picture on the canvas in the first place. Which there is a printer that you can buy that can do it. And I contemplated, once upon a time, making the investment in it and just doing them. Because, yeah, like I said, when I first started diamond painting, the only places you could get them from was China. And so you had to wait weeks. The quality sometimes was not. Let me be quiet. Let me know if you can hear this tiny little click. I don't know if my camera's or if my phone's picking that up. Driving to the school. It's that mommy. Oh, got mommy duties. No way. Yeah, I love the sparkle. Um, and that I think that's been a lot of my previous challenge is on how to display some of the ones that I've done before. Um, because if you lay something flat, these aren't going to fall off. Um, but when you hang them on a vertical plane, eventually the sticky is likely to become unsticky. In fact, the ones that I had hanging up in my office over the course of a year, I could look up and see where drills had fallen off, even though I sealed it before I hung it up. So I'm always on the quest for something that is going to adequately seal the whole thing without dulling that shine and makes it permanent. Yeah. Oh, Bobcat, you're a bubble wrap person too. And sometimes I do the single pops on the bubble wrap, one little bubble at a time. Although I do tend to save some of the bubble wrap for my journaling stuff. But if I'm gonna pop them, it varies. Some days I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna be the self-indulged. Let's just play, and I'll go one at a time. But sometimes it is so satisfying to just roll a big thing up and just twist and have them all pop all at the same time. Sarah, yeah, I don't know that I've come across too many people in real life that don't like to pop bubbles. Well, and any kind of bubbles, whether it's, packing bubbles or, you know, soapy bubbles, even as adults, to be able to pop a bubble as it's flying through the air. But now that I've got young grandkids too, it's like, being able to play with bubbles with them is always fun. And the 4-year-old loves bubble wrap. I get these can't remember what is it that I order. Dang it, I can't think of what comes in the box itself. But it always comes packaged with these huge like bubble or air pouches. They're like probably 6 inches long, maybe 2 inches wide, and they're filled with air. And she loves those too. She's like, Grandma, I pop. I'm like, yes, you can pop them. That's why I didn't throw them away. But it's kind of cool because even at 4, she's grasped the concept of the whole junk journal movement, and that you ask before you throw anything away because anything can be used in a journal. So when she comes for a visit, if there's anything on the floor before throwing it away, she'll come and ask, is it garbage? And I'll tell her, either throw it away, please, or no, can you put that back on the table, or can you put it in my craft room? Yeah, she loves popping things, cracks me up. And yes, she gets it from her mama, who got it from her grandmama. And I don't know where I got it from. So I don't remember who it was that I was talking to. That was in a chat before that we were talking about diamond painting. But for people that are cross stitchers, these canvases are equivalent to a 10 count or a 10 count Aida cloth. And it's all DMC colors, so it coordinates. So if you actually find a diamond painting picture that you really like that you can't find in a cross stitch, you can buy one of these and you have the pattern. You just have to figure out how to make the pattern visible, whether, or, you know, if you're going to photocopy it or whatever, so that you have the pattern to follow on cloth versus the canvas. I've not done that yet. Oh, that one's broken. Let's get that off of there. Boop. So what's everybody else up to today? I can just imagine what my husband would say if he saw me peel back all the paper off a diamond painting, but keep in mind it's sticky, and turning it onto the scanner bed to make copies of the pattern. He'd be like, what in the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm making a cross stitch. And the downside to doing that, obviously, is then you have all these little baggies of drills, and what are you going to do with them? You know? So if you never wanted to do a diamond painting, like I said, but you wanted the pattern for a cross stitch, you know, you could always join the Facebook group and then just post in there. And they are 100%. They don't, it's no money exchange, anything like that. It's just pure barter. Stephanie, are you still working on your sampler? Jen, come back. Isn't that funny though, Brenda? Cleaning out your medicine cabinet. I've got so many adult things that I need to do, and I'm just like, you know, it's so much more fun to not be able to be an adult. You know, and since I don't have any children here that I have to worry about, well, I have my husband. He counts as a child, but you know, I'm here by myself from 7 in the morning until 5:30 ish at night. I got my dogs to keep me company, but you know, it's so much easier to just kind of hang out in my craft room and do what I want versus, you know, being out in the kitchen doing what I'm supposed to be doing or cleaning the craft room like I need to be doing. My daughter is I commented on her TikTok video. She did a time-lapsed video on her TikTok of her cleaning and organizing her craft room. And I'm like, hey, I need my maid. I need my helper. And she's like, well, you should do a tour of your craft room. And I've had people ask me that as well. And I'm like, yeah, not the way it looks. You guys kind of got a little bit of a shot of the chaos earlier when I was dealing with my tech issues, but it's a full wraparound room. Is that I've got the different hobbies, but it's not completely organized. Not really organized at all, to be honest. I've got one 6-foot shelf to my left, which is probably the only spot that in the craft room that I would say is even remotely organized. In the respect that I have my cross stitch books on one shelf, my crochet books on one shelf, my picture frames on one shelf, um, and that so it's sort of organized. I have one of those nine cube, cabinet things off to my left, also, but that holds my my books that I tear apart to use in junk journals. Those of you that are book hounds, sorry, plug your ears. I should have gave you a warning that I was about to tell you that I tear books apart. Yeah, I agree, Brenda. These crafting projects, they are, I mean, I've always said it's my sanity. When things are just out of control, I'll retreat to my craft room and I'll find something to do. Like I was starting to say earlier, when I first started doing the junk journaling, I really, really enjoyed making what's called ephemera. So it's kind of the single use. I think the definition of ephemera is like single use or one-time use decorations, essentially. So it'd be like the tags and stuff that you would put in a journal. Okay, good luck with that, sis. If you're going to sneak onto my channel and live organize under my name, it better be my craft room and not yours. Just saying. But you got to come for a visit. How's hubby feeling today, by the way? And did any of you end up testing positive besides Jay? Well, too, sis, you're on StreamYard. You have your own channel. So, you can always schedule your own lives. And then people that are subscribed to your channel will get the notifications that you're going live and pop in. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I have felt like crap now for a week. It's all sinus. But nothing that I'm taking is helping. Nothing is working. I'm not going to bother testing myself because, like I said, I'm home alone. So I am already in quarantine. I'm already isolating. There's no, no point in knowing whether I just have a summer cold or, I have it again. But it does seem more than likely, considering the timeline of L being sick and then E being sick and then J testing positive. If you look at the timeline of all of our contacts with each other, it does seem more than likely that we're probably all positive. I know, they want to see my room. People ask me that all the time. I have a hard time sitting in my room. I don't mind chaos, and I know I've talked with MTT about, she kind of feels the same way I do, that, the chaos spawns creativity. And I do feel that way, but at the same time, I'm overwhelmed by the chaos right now. That is my craft room. And it takes a lot for me to feel that way. You know, now that I'm doing these lives of all the different crafts too, it's come to light for me that I really need to figure out how to, because I only have the one craft space, you know, so in order to prepare for tomorrow's live, I have to pull down this easel and put away, you know, move all of my diamond painting stuff off the table and out of the way. And I have to move my boom arm and my light that I just realized I never turned on. That might help. Just realized I never turned my light on. Yeah, I don't know. And like I said, it is what it is. I mean, I'm a realist, and I know that it's never going to go away. It's always going to be here. It's a virus. That's what it, I mean, viruses don't just randomly disappear. Although in this case, it seems they can randomly appear. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm grateful, at least at this point in my life. If that's why I'm sick right now, I'm already in quarantine. So, although these coming weeks are going to be crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on. Friday is Grandpa Jerry's memorial. It's 11 o'clock in the morning though, Sam, so I'm not sure that you would be able to make it. And be able to coordinate school schedules and all of that. But if you think you can or want to come, I know you're still kind of having a hard time dealing with his loss, but if you do want to come to the memorial, let me know, and I'll have Kay send you the info. What have I got going on? Something's on the 20th. What am I doing on the 20th? Saturday, Sunday, 17, 18, so that's Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday the 20th is my nerve conduction test. Yes, this Friday, the 16th. What people call quarantine, I just call Tuesday. Yeah. Or every day. I quarantine every day. Yeah, it's this Friday at 11. And then the 27th, I am doing aunt duties and helping with some transport. Yeah, Minnie's consultation for her appointment is also on the 20th. I mean, it's crazy. There's just so much stuff going on. And it was like every time something would come up, it'd be like another September date. I'm like, why are we cramming so much stuff in September? So I just finished that letter D, so you can see how much of that D there was there. So now I'm going to do F, which is 3608 on this. And that's something too, is that the numbers do not, from pattern to pattern, 3608 might be on two different patterns, but the symbol on the legend is different. Which if you cross stitch, you'll notice that other than black and white, the symbols seem to change, but it seems like from one cross stitch pattern to the next, the symbol for black and the symbol for white always seem to be the same from pattern to pattern. I'm not sure why that is. Wow, we've been at this for an hour. Holy moly. So the letter F is all of this, couple spattered in here, this section here, and then a little here, And most of this section here is all the letter F. Yes, there is the Animal Expo. I contemplated, before I got Ducky and Petrie, I had planned to go to that expo because I was going to be looking to purchase some dragons anyway. But now that I have my dragons, there's not much need for me to go to the expo. So I don't know if anybody wants to hang out still. Seems like right now the only person that's chatting with me is my child. I know there's some people that were doing some other stuff while they were watching and listening. But it'll probably take me another 45 minutes to get all of these F's filled in. Do we have enough conversation for that? Absolutely, Brenda. Can you share where you're going? Not necessarily the name of the hotel, but like a general location. Clean. Nah. Cleaning is adulting. That's no fun. Well, yeah, and I have, your dad and I are going to Leavenworth to hang out with your brother and sister-in-law for the weekend, mid-October. Did you know that Leavenworth has live streams, sis? Oops, there was not a drill on my pen. Hey, any time that you can get away, especially with your significant other, no matter what you're doing, just getting away from the normal daily grind is good because it helps keep that relationship, connection. I'm all for that. Oh, maybe. Yeah, they've got actually several. I think they've got 4 different from like essentially like the 4 main hotels. Yeah, and 3 anniversaries in October. Almost one a week. It's like there's 3 or 4. I can't remember now off the top of my head. I'd have to look at because I've got them all. I'm subscribed to all of them. But they're 24-hour streams. So you can go in at 2:00 in the morning and see what's going on near this hotel, in Leavenworth at 2:00 in the morning. So it's kind of cool. You get to kind of see the, it's going to be a while before it's finished, Brenda, for sure. I think then once I finish like I said, because it's 5 panels, and this is actually the smallest of the 5. But yeah, you guys will get to watch it as it comes along. You can see the flower right here. Again, I'm not familiar with flowers by name, so I can't remember exactly what the flowers are. But I want to say they're orchids. I can't remember for sure. If anybody can tell just from this little image right here, that would maybe, I don't know. But yeah, having the live streams at Leavenworth, and I've come to discover that a lot of cities actually have that. There's one for Venice, a place that looks over the river. So you get to see all the boats going down through the city, and it's really cool. But I like watching the Leavenworth one because you get to see how hard the cleanup crew has to work. after a day of tourists going through their town. It's not just a, um, you know, it's not normal cleanup. You know, Leavenworth is a tourist town. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people every single day go through Leavenworth. So the mess is crazy, you know. And I watched it one day. I had it going for an entire day, and I was trying to count how many times one particular garbage can was emptied, and I eventually lost count. It's like, it's crazy to think about that, you know. And I never really have, as many times as I've been to Leavenworth and seen how many people go through there. I never gave any thought to the work that goes behind keeping it clean. You know, doing a live stream of one of, oh, that is the wrong place. Not sure why. My brain said letter K instead of letter D. So as you can see, you can just pick them off. Even, you know, a long time. I mean, when I started, I could go all the way up here to the very top. And I could pick those off. It's not fun. It's no more fun than frogging a cross stitch for sure. In fact, I think I'd rather frog a cross stitch, because these little things trying to pick them off this sticky paper like to stab underneath your nails, and it kind of hurts. Does Disneyland have a nighttime live stream? I've never looked for Disneyland. I mean, I would imagine they do. It's hard to say because, you know, Disney is so protective over everything they do. Zoom meeting, yuck. So Chantel, are you going to be doing a live now that you got your mic working again? Or figured out why why it wouldn't work on StreamYard? Oh, that's kind of scary. Things get left in cars usually turn green, not the other way around. Sis, Chantel's channel might be a good one for you to subscribe to, since she has the heart condition. You know, it's a different heart condition, but her channel is talking about her journey with her heart condition. Might be a good one for you to follow a little bit. I had to chuckle the other day because, somebody, since I talk about my pets a lot on my streams, somebody was like, "Oh, you should just do some live streams of, just set the camera up and let it record your animals doing what they do." And I'm like, sleep? It would be the most boring live stream ever. I mean, literally, I'll turn around right now. Right outside my craft room door, I have Arrow sleeping. Ah, he heard your name, and he gave me a big old yawn. And right at his butt is Lizzie sleeping. Would not be a very entertaining stream in no form or fashion. I mean, I'm sure people are looking at this one going, wow, that's really boring, which for some people I get. But having a camera, watching 3 dogs and a cat sleep and occasionally yawn and, move once every 3 hours, I can't imagine that's entertaining at all. Yes, sis, her channel is exactly what it's Chantel Gucci. And she's getting. Do you have the Halter monitor on now, or are you still waiting to get it put on? Are the tarantulas kind of like my dogs are, that they just lay around and sleep all day? Because that might be cool for people that like spiders. Oh, tomorrow morning. Yeah, when Sam had her Holter monitor, she had this really cool one. It was way better than when I had to have mine. Hers was nifty. Yeah, I heard you mention the other day, Chantel, that you if I remember correctly anyway, that you said your cat had a channel. Yeah, I thought I remembered hearing that. Oh, I didn't realize Jay had to do a Holter monitor too. Was that recent? Kind of bizarre sitting here talking about how cool, quote unquote, cool Holter monitors are. Mine, gosh, that I don't know if you remember that, Sam, but that would have been in probably 2000, maybe 2008, when I had to wear the Holter monitor because they were trying to figure out why I was passing out at school. Never did figure that out, actually. They ran me through the asthma test where they had me running on the treadmill with a mask on my face and checking airflow in and out, had me breathing into that stupid thing to move the bubble. Ran the halter monitor for a week, doing my daily activities. And it was like, and they never did figure out why I was passing out. Wow, I didn't realize that. Well, I would imagine, Chantel, that they would time it, so that it has to be, that it's being returned on a day. I mean, I couldn't imagine that they're going to have it that you're returning on it, supposed to return it on a day that they're not even open. But, well. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Adhesive reactions. Sorry. A mechanical cardiologist? What is that? Like, what do they do? Oh, gotcha. You absolutely need to go back kicking and screaming. I keep telling you that. There's absolutely nothing about a healthy person in their 20s having tachycardia. That's not normal. And if it was normal, your cardiologist would not have referred you to an electrophysiologist. So you need to get on it. You got children that need you here, not in a hospital having a heart attack. It's been long enough, though. You may have to contact the cardio first, because you'll probably need a new referral. And he may or may not want to see you again before he makes that referral. Well, and the electrode that he sent you to, wasn't he just a temporary person? I know in mental health they call them locums, but I don't know if it's the same in medical. Where they do a contract to come and work for a company for, X amount of time and then they leave. need some more. Where did I put it? Oh, go figure, I put it away. Oh, gotcha. I can never understand that locum business at my old job. You know, mental health is, I mean, as an industry, is so understaffed. And it's like, okay, why are we not hiring full-time, long-term employees? Why are we hiring all these people that are only contracted for 8 weeks at a time? And I could almost see it in other fields of study, but like in mental health, 8 weeks, you're still working on building that rapport with your therapist. And it's like, doink, they're gone. Now you got to start over. Here's your new one. It's like never made sense to me. Looks like Bill Gates. The person that the doctor, the surgeon that did my my laminectomy back in 09, 08, 09, whenever it was, his facial hair was so bushy that it stuck out from behind his mask. So it was so funny. It was like, and my current PCP doesn't look like anybody but himself. Well, yeah, I don't know that any of my providers look like anybody famous. I know that I got the guy that I see at my ortho surgeon. He's pretty darn cute, though. At least the best I can remember, because I only got to see him once before, we all had to start wearing masks. But he has the most gorgeous blue eyes. Speaking of, I need to call them because they were supposed to be working on authorization for me to get my ablation done on my neck. And that was before fair. And I haven't heard from them. I have to give them a call. Be like, hey. Oh, I wonder which way the rain is, or which way the wind is blowing. Or if the rain's coming our way, or if it's blowing into Idaho. Ooh, sirens! My phone wasn't occupied. I'd be looking up on Pulse Point to see where they're going. You don't hear sirens too much out here in the boonies. I'm guessing the gentleman on the next street over that was always, at least once a day having a medical emergency and ambulances were showing up. He must have either been put in like a nursing home or something of that nature, or he actually passed away, because there hasn't been an ambulance up in that direction in a long time. And it used to have, like I said, it used to happen at least once a day, sometimes several times a day. You'd see an ambulance heading up to his house. Only heard one set of sirens, though, so I'm going to guess it was a police officer. Versus ambulance, fire truck. Oh, good Lord. I know. As if I needed help not being able to breathe right now, right? That we have to have so much smoke in the air that, we're tasting it instead of breathing it. The rain should help get some of it out of the air. It's crazy. I haven't really been following the news. Do you know where the smoke is coming from? Like what's on fire where? Okay, guys, I'm almost done with the F. I've been on for almost an hour and a half. So as soon as I get these last couple drills placed, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Jen never came back in, so I think I'm going to try to give her a call. She's really, really, really horrible at answering phone calls. And returning phone calls. But I'm going to try to reach out to her. Oh, I missed one. Try to reach out to her and talk to her about what happened in here today. Oh, there's another O. Alrighty, so that's all of the F's. Oh, spider plants, fun. I have one of those elephant ear plants. I got one of the babies. I didn't take it. I had permission from the owner. I got one of the babies off of it and from my work, and I brought it home, and I've been growing it from a tiny little baby, and couldn't figure out why. I mean, it just wasn't growing. It was, it was growing, but it was really, really slow growing. And when I started my dragon garden, I moved it, I put it next to the window, and I'm like, I'm going to move my elephant ear plant over by the window too while I'm at it. And holy crap, that thing sprouted like crazy once it got by the window. And now I have huge leaves. They're bigger, bigger than my head, which is what they were supposed to be. I wasn't getting that when it was on the other side of the exact same room. But other than my dragon garden and the elephant ear plant, I don't have any other plants going. But I had to rearrange everything so my mouse has a space to work real quick. Don't fall, please. Then I got to figure out where I'm going to put all the diamond painting stuff out of the way so that I can have my computer or my table space cleared to work on some other projects and also prepare for tomorrow's stream. So tomorrow I will be making a cover for my personal journal. I already have the signatures sewn onto the binding, and the pages are already decorated to my liking. I've been slacking on making that cover. So tomorrow I'll film while I make a cover for that journal. So watch for wow, Portland is a stage 2 evac, Canada, for fires. Everything everywhere. Yeah, it is fire season, unfortunately. I know, isn't that crazy? It's like, if I'd have known, I'd had that plant probably close to a year. And it went from when I brought it home, it was only maybe 3 inches tall. I mean, it was a baby. And after almost a year being where it was 18 inches maybe tall and only had like 3 shoots off of it. And when I moved it over next to the window, it's only been there for maybe 3 months. And in those 3 months, it's already grown like 2 feet from where it was already. So it's like, okay, it needed more light. Got it. Wish I'd have known that sooner. All right. Well, Chantel, you enjoy your group. I would be interested in knowing a little bit more about that. Again, like I said, because my kiddo there has a heart condition too. So if she can find things that, places where she can get support and information, I'm always trying to get her involved in that kind of stuff. Neener, sorry. But alrighty, so I will hopefully catch some of you guys tomorrow while I make my journal cover. But thanks for joining in. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, whatever you guys have planned. I'm going to at least unload the dishwasher and empty the kitchen sink, put the dishes in there so we have something to eat off of tonight without having to hand wash them, but ugh. All right, guys, you guys have a good day, and hopefully things become brighter for all of us. Bye.